Okay, I'm presenting my screen. Just tell me whether it is visible to you or not. Okay. Is it visible, everyone?
Yeah, now it is visible, ma'am.
Okay. So till Friday, we had covered till 1937. And in 1937, there were two reports. Like one is Wood report, which recommended English as a medium of instructions at university level. And Vardha scheme of education recommended Nai Talim or basic education as recommendation of Mahatma Gandhi. Now in 1944, Sargent report, also known as scheme of post-war educational development in India. You must remember 1944 Sargent report, and for what? The other name is educational development in India. And that report recommended setting up of University Grant Committee, UGC. Now we call University Grant Commission, but earlier it was University Grant Committee. So you must remember this year, report, and the other name, that is the educational development in India. All right. And it has been discussed further also, as it sets precedences for setting up of this committee, UGC. Now, the education system under British rule set up the modern education in India, right? And after independence, government of India uh, this changed the focus to meet the expectations of people. So they were still considered as a basis for post-independence education system. So after independence, government of India took several initiatives to improve and promote higher education in the country. So there is an act, Government of India Act in 1935, which did not lead to any significant change, except that it put an end to the, inherently defective system of the earlier days. So for the first time, a constitutional distinction was made between the, powers of center, which earlier it is called federal system, and under this Act 35, and those of the provinces. Provinces means states. So the two of them, federal or center and provinces or state, they all the subjects were drawn in this act, and the central power and the provincial powers. So they formulate all those, what powers to be given to the states and what will be under the central system, central government. So the first attempt to formulate a national system of education in India came in 1944, that is under the Sargent report. And with the report of CABE, that is the Central Advisory Board of Education on post-war educational development in India. And this, as we know, it is called Sargent report. Now, it recommended the formation of this UGC. And in 1945, a committee um oversees the work of these three central universities. Earlier days, it is Aligarh, Banaras, and Delhi. Three central universities were there. Now, in 47, the committee was dealing with, the recommendation of this UGC, and reconstituted the general model of the University Grand Commission of United Kingdom. So they, took some uh, procedures and rules and regulation to form this committee, and with a full-time chairman and other members to be appointed from among the educationists of the India. Right. So this University Education Commission had been appointed in 1948 under the chairmanship of Dr. Radhakrishnan. That's why it is called Radhakrishnan Commission, 1948. And Dr. Radhakrishnan made an recommendation to the government. He suggested that education be made a concurrent subject. All right. And there are some powers to be given to the universities. So after that, this UGC and AICTE, MCI, and bar councils were established under the entry 66. So you must remember Radhakrishnan Commission 1948. Okay, it is also called University Education Commission. So remember these names with ear. And this is the under this committee's recommendation, all those bodies, UGC, AICTE, that is the All India Committee for Technical Education, MCI, Medical Council of India, then Bar Council for Advocates, all were established under entry 66. All right. And after this, in 1952, the Union government decided that all the cases pertaining to the allocation of grants and aid from public funds to the central universities and other universities and institutions of higher learning might be referred to the UGC. So UGC is also a body which grants aids to the universities. So this this commission UGC was formally inaugurated by late Shri Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad. He was then Minister of Education, and the date was 28th of December 1953. So this is now the formal establishment of this commission as a statutory body of Government of India through an Act of Parliament for the coordination, determination and maintenance of standards of the university education in India. All right. Now, the second important commission was in 1952, that is Mudaliar Commission, which is popularly known as Secondary Education Commission. So you just remember Radhakrishnan Commission, that is University Education Commission, 1948, and Mudaliar Commission or Secondary Education Commission, 1952. It recommended introduction of 3-year secondary and 4-year higher education system.
Ma'am, can you just scroll the previous slide, ma'am?
This one we just completed here.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Then there was a committee on emotional integration, 1961. So we'll just have the main points. Who was the chairman and what was the proposal. So under the chairmanship of Dr. Sampurananda, to study the role of educational programs for youth and students in school and colleges in order to strengthen the process of emotional integration, because at that time people, the common people were not like, they were not too much attracted towards the education, or they were not having that much influence, and they didn't know the consequences of education. So some emotional integration, some motivation was required. So this committee did that job. And after that, this is again a very important commission, Kothari Commission, which was in the year 1964. So you must remember this. This is a very important commission. And this commission was titled as Education and National Development. This is also called the Education Commission. So remember these two names, okay? And the year 1964 Education Commission. And this is named as Kothari Commission after the name Daulat Singh Kothari, because he was the chairman. And not like he was outstanding scientist also, and great educationist. So this is regarded as a very progressive report on education and national development. So this is the another name for this Kothari Commission, Education and National Development Report. And the four main themes of commission were the productivity, how to increase the productivity, then promoting, social and national integration, and modernization of, the system of education. Then also with education, social, more moral and spiritual values, how to develop those values. So the main recommendation have been free and compulsory education for all. This is one of the main recommendation of this committee. Between the age 6 to 14 years, I have to include this in my slide. So free and compulsory education for children between 6 to 14 years of age. And under this is under the article of, I think, 45 of Constitution. So this is one of the main thing. And then this establishment of this Indian Education Services, IES, which we call civil services nowadays, taken by UPSC. So this is the Service Commission was established under this Commission's report to improve the quality of Indian higher education was recommended. And it recommended also that 6% of the national income should be spent on education. This is one of the most important point you should remember. 6% of education national income should be spent on education. Still, we are leading to the achieve this percentage. We are still not spending that much amount. So most of the recommendations of this Kothari Commission were reflected. That has become the part of education policy of 1968. So you should remember these important points. And in 1973, the National Council for Teachers Training, that is NCTE, was there. And in 1976, this Council for Teachers Training Institute, Teachers Training Education by the government. This is a national expert body to advise various universities which were under central and state governments on all the matters pertaining to the teacher's education. So this council was made a statutory body by Act of 1993, but you should not remember all those acts and all. You just remember the year and what was the main name of the committee and what was the recommendation of that committee. So in 1976, through the NT 25, that is the 42nd constitutional amendment, in the concurrent list of Constitution of India, the center was also given the responsibility along with the states for all levels of uh, education, like post-independence education, whether it is school or university, education was the responsibility of the states, while the center was given the function of coordination and determination of some standards which they have to follow. So the center was also given the responsibilities along with the states for all levels of education in 1976. And in 1978, in 78, there was a publishing of development of higher education. So there are more publications, and government set up the, National Commission on Teachers for Higher Education in 84, and several works have been done under this education subject in concurrent list, which was in 1976. Then this is again a very important uh, point, NPE, that is the National Policy on Education, in the year 1986, and then point of action in 1992. So you must remember this NPE. When was it formed? It is formed in 1986, and point of action in 1992. So the education for all, the main objective of this NPE, sometimes it is written or said NEP. Both are same, NEP or NPE. Same, National Policy of Education or National Education Policy. So this was established. A national system of education implies that all the students, irrespective of caste or sex or religion, they must have access to the education of a comparable quality. So there was a due emphasis on primary and secondary education, the basic education, and this policy came after when the education was entered into concurrent list in the year 76. So most of the our classic government schemes such as Sarva Siksha uh, Abhiyan or midday meal and establishment of Navodaya Vidyalayas and what Kendriya Vidyalaya and use of IT in the education, that all were started under this NEP of 1986. So you must remember this NEP 1986. And of course, the procedure to conduct the qualifying exams like NET, JRF, and this SE, HECs, CHECs are state councils of higher education. So all those procedures and establishments were done under this. This is under the point of action. And Kothari Commission was followed by this NEP of 1968 and 1986, and emphasized on improving the quality of higher education level and also proposed imparting higher education by distance learning mode. One of the important point, higher education by distance learning mode means if some student or some seeker could not attend the regular classes, could not they did not have that approach to go physically to institution daily basis, so they can complete their degree or specialization on distance mode. Like they may have some written material or literature some, given by the university. They can study at home, and in between they can go to the university, give exams and qualify that exam. So that is the distance learning mode that time, because that time there was no internet connection or laptops, uh, you know so or Wi-Fi type of things during those days. So that was the mode for distance learning. Then there are some important committees which were set up, and they have given many important reports, which later on followed by the government. So my first one is Gyanam Committee, 1993, and it recommended flexibility and autonomy for ensuring academic excellence, and asked for restricting the unchecked growth of deemed universities, because private universities were there, they were coming in, and some body should be there to check what they are following, what curriculum, what are the basis for qualifying the teachers, the appointment of teachers, fee structures, and to look after all those things. So this Gyanam committee submitted report, and it emphasized the need for national commission on higher education and research to regulate the quality of education, and also encourage the research in the later stages of like university system. So this is about the Gyanam Committee, 1993. Then there is Sam Pitruda Committee, established in 2007. And this is again an important committee, and it is also popularly known as National Knowledge Commission, NKC. All right, National Knowledge Commission, and it recommended the restructuring of curricula to promote excellence in higher education, and supported the entry of foreign universities also for like collaboration with some state university or central university. So, and this also recommended increase the number of universities to 1500 by 2015. Then the next committee is Yashpal Committee. And this Yashpal Committee suggested scrapping of all the, higher education or regulatory or monitoring bodies, and the creation of super regulator. That is a 7-member commission for higher education and research. And state higher education councils would form the second tier of the system, and also recommended the deemed universities status to be abundant, and that of the deserving deemed universities be either converted into full-fledged universities or scrapped. So this committee stressed the need for more attention to UG programs and multidisciplinary approach to learning, and also also recommended the reduction of burden of affiliation of colleges on the universities. Not number of colleges should be affiliated to a single university, and some tests like GRE and GRE is for engineers. Some tests be evolved for university education, and recommendation of this committee and NKC, emanated from realization that fragmentation of various fields of knowledge in higher education led to inadequate growth of interdisciplinary learning. So this is all about Yashpal committee. Then one
Excuse me, ma'am.
Sharma committee, yes.
What is deemed university?
Deemed universities are autonomous university. They are not having the power to affiliate any colleges with them, but they are autonomous to decide their own fee structure and curriculum. But they have to follow certain rules of state government and central government. All right. Yeah, we'll discuss these universities later.
Okay, ma'am.
Then Sharma committee. So this Sharma committee set up under Professor M. Sharma, and this is deliberated on the development of science and technology education in India. And this committee suggested the establishment of the IISC, that is the Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, and also recommended the expansion of technical education. So Sharma committee is mainly for the technical education enhancement or expansion in the country, and also assuring quality and providing access and affordability for technical education to the students. And also some amount like around a few hundreds of crores to be spent on research in the basic sciences every year by the UGC. It also recommended that. Then there is Dr. Anil Kakodkar committee. This committee also it was constituted to recommend strategies to improve again technical education in the country. And this committee recommended 2% of budget in every institution to be earmarked for the research. So very much stress to the research field is given by this committee. So it recommended 2% budget of each institution should be reserved for the research work. Then KB Pawar committee. This committee constituted by the UGC itself, and this recommended 4 models of PPP, that is public-private partnership in higher education. So that much is enough for the various committees. What are the recommendations and all? So the next topic we have to cover is the differences between conventional and non-conventional education. What is conventional education? What is non-conventional education? So roughly you should remember. And one more education pattern we have discussed, that was orthodox education, where the knowledge was passed orally from one generation to another, and 3 steps involved in orthodox education in ancient India. What were they? Anybody remember?
Manan. Last one was Nididhyasan. Shravan.
Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana. Yeah.
Yes. First, you have to listen, right? So, Shravana, that is the Shruti, then Manana, Smriti, and Nididhyasana, that is the implementation of those knowledge. So, that was the orthodox one, and here it is conventional and non-conventional way of, in earlier days, not only education or not only the learning from the lips of the teacher was important, but also, some of the qualities, some of the, qualities of a human being, you can say, like tolerance, truth, peace, non-aggression. They are also a part of culture or education system, and understanding of that Vedic literature or knowledge, not only learning of those mantras or sutras or shlokas, but to understand them and to implement in their lives. That was also a very important aspect of the education system. But here, conventional versus non-conventional, both are like modern type of education system. And non-conventional education, basically, this conventional education was the same education as we did in our earlier period of education, from nursery to college, and after that, if you are pursuing more degrees or more, research field and all, you have to go there and attend the classes, interact with the teachers, and follow the curriculum of that institute or organization or college, and then receive that degree or certificate or diplomas and all. And one is non-conventional. It is basically, you can understand non-conventional education, which deals with distance education, and also with the concepts such as online education. At present, it's online, but if it is online or not online, but it is a distance education covering, like, you are not physically going to that institution, or physically or practically not with the interaction of your teacher or faculty, then but still you are getting the knowledge through some material provided by the schools or by the institutes or college, or university, and time to time you have given the examination and then get the degree. So that mode of education is non-conventional teaching. So conventional teaching, we'll see as it is there in front of your on your screen. Conventional teaching is basically passive learning, where the child listens to the teacher and follows the directions from the teacher who sets the piece for instruction. And this non-conventional teaching is active learning, where you can move a student or the seeker move freely, choosing her own space and pace at which it's being done. And teacher may be there, may not be there. It's just a facilitator, you can say. In conventional teaching, student provided with knowledge, skills, experiences, because practically they are in the institution or in school, so they are in direct contact with the experts, right? So they have to interact with the teacher, and at the same time, if they are having any query or any things they don't understand, they can easily go and find the solutions. But in this case, non-conventional, the general development of student and mastering of learning module, they have to develop them by themselves. And here in conventional method, there are examples, facts, arguments, You can debate with your classmates or your teacher or mentor, and then you have to give some time for that or dedicated to that particular uh, time for the education. You have to put some effort, you have to go daily there. And the purpose is to master, define skill, and develop socially also, because you are interacting with so many people. You know, your mentor, your teacher, at the same time, your classmates, your juniors, your seniors. So that is a different mode of education, and here it is holistic development. Like you have to build in yourself, motivate yourself, generalize the laws and theory, rules and concepts. So their non-conventional teaching, you must show your dedication or your, motivation by yourself. Motivate inspire you yourself by by seeing the other way. So this is a different type of development, because here in conventional teaching there is a constant peer contact, and this was not the case in non-conventional teaching. And there is a regular control and assessment by the teacher, and there is a constant push. But here it is the self-control, self-assessment plays the role. So that is all about the conventional and non-conventional education. And the next one is regulatory framework of higher education in India. I think we'll do it tomorrow. We'll have some question answer round. I'll ask some question, and from the topics we have covered till now. So everybody note some of the questions, or you just listen whatever I say. You're noting it down?
Ma'am,
I
I was just listening you. I didn't note it anything.
But you should note, right? Because I'll provide this PDF after some time. So you should note. Wherever I say it is important, you should note.